Goodwill was an awesome place to work. It was amazing. All the management were ex-alcoholics. Except for the warehouse manager. Apparently he hadn't quite licked the frickin' monster yet. I caught him blowing into some frickin' device before he could start his car. But here's the deal. Any other job, all you hear at the water cooler is like, Republicans are assholes, Democrats are assholes. My 401k's, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to retire. Well, my wife's a bitch. That's it. And, you can only make those stories it's so interesting so long. And then all of a sudden I'm just freaking bored to tears. I'm like, somebody needs to just come in here and shoot everyone. Just, it would be mercy killing, really. Your lives are freaking boring as shit. How do you people freaking get up in the morning? Why bother? Just choke on your tongues, for God's sake, and end it all. But that's not how it was at Goodwill. You go into the break room there, man, and there's some frickin' wackos in there, man. Did you know that there's more than one kind of communist?
No.
I didn't know. But apparently there's dozens of different kinds of communists, and they don't get along with each other. Yeah, there's Maoists, and Trotskyites, and Leninists, and Stalinists. There's all these flavors of communism. And apparently all the communists work at Goodwill. And there's people that are into Wicca. And there's this one guy told me he could talk to dragons. And he said he could speak to dragons. And I go like, man, I got to hear this. How do you say frickin' hello in dragon? He started speaking, man, and it sounded like a real language.
Oh my God.
Yes. And I'm thinking we need frickin' Hollywood needs to find out about this guy. You need just dress him up in an alien suit, put him on the movie set, and start talking dragon. Yeah, because it sounded real. Now, granted, the guy, before you think too badly of him, you have to understand that his father and his grandfather were the same dude. Yeah, man, that's what happens when dudes have sex with their 12-year-old daughters. You get a dude that can speak to dragons. Yeah. But the dude was awesome. I would give the guy rides to and from work just so I could listen to him. He was one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. I can't even remember his name anymore, but frickin' he was awesome. And some of those communists were, the cat lady was awesome. When she wasn't meowing or frickin' repeating, she would get stuck on she was really into maps and stuff. So she'd just start repeating country names all over the place. Russia, capital of Moscow, Russia, 132 million population, Russia. And you know what I'm saying? Start repeating all these statistics for whatever country. And you just name any country and she would know. Zimbabwe, blah, 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 blah. Tribalistic, major religion. I'm like going, my God, you're a walking Wikipedia. They need to just set you up in the corner of the Olive Garden and just or the Oval Office and have the president ask you something about a country and just let you spill it out. She had autism or something, but when she wasn't meowing or freaking off on one of her, spasms or whatever you want to call it, she was brilliant. She actually somehow managed to get a degree in political science. Yes. And she knew, man, she understood the government completely. That's why we and her got along so well. Because she understood. She knew oh, yes. You see through the bullshit too, don't you? Yes, I do. And then of course, she was really interested, in me because I'd grown up in Washington, D.C. and I've got all my frickin' Washington, D.C. frickin' the walls have ears stories, about congressmen banging fucking, two lobbyists at a time on their little, boat at Anacostia Harbor, and Elizabeth Taylor being passed out and freaking people's, congressmen's sons banging her while nobody's looking.
Oh my God.
I know he did. He said he didn't, but I know he did. I know that guy. He banged her. I could have banged her. Really? Yeah, you did, didn't you? No, man. She was just too drunk. She's too messed up. She's too old. You banged her. No, I didn't, man. I know you, man. You're freaking... I seen what you've banged. You banged her. No, that's... Fuck you. Get out of my apartment. You can't come over anymore. So we got along. I got along with that lady. All right. Well.
You tell people that work at Goodwill?
Huh? What's that?
You tell people that work at Goodwill?
Oh, can you repeat that? Something about Goodwill?
These people work at Goodwill?
Yeah, they did. Goodwill was awesome, man. It's like all these weird... It is like the weirdest people in the world were all working there. That was the most interesting place I worked. The problem was there was also some really freaking horrible people that were working there. Like scumbags, freaking thieving, the most thievingest people I'd ever met in my world worked at Goodwill. They're just constantly, you had to watch them constantly. You couldn't take your eyes off them. They're sticking crap in their pocket.
Oh my God.
It's freaking horrible. But for every one of those, there was one freaking awesome, very unique soul there. And that's what made the job worthwhile. Besides, I was turning the freaking thieving motherfuckers in every chance I got. Hey, look at that one. Check his pockets. Narc, fuck you. I'm going to kick your ass. How about right now? Billy, calm down, Billy. We know you've got PTSD. Relax. Take a pill. Hey, that's bullshit. Who are you going to believe, me or that 3 doctors? Okay, all right, Billy, go back in the back. In the warehouse, just relax. Don't kill anybody today. Don't chase anybody around the warehouse. Hey, that happened one time. When are you going to let that go? By the way, that guy was a complete, total asshole. He was bullying everybody. Everybody was afraid of him because he was some freaking crazed Vietnam vet.
Really?
Yeah, that was his shtick. I'm a crazed Vietnam vet. I told him flat out, don't fuck with me. And then he fucked with me. I go, don't fuck with me. Strike 2. He fucked with me again. And then I kind of blacked out. I blacked out, and apparently, if you can believe the testimony of the witnesses and the video from a closed-circuit camera, I started chasing the son of a bitch. I must have scared him, man, because he was on the run, man. And he was bigger than me, too, man. He takes off on the run, and he had to go, because they had us fenced in or whatever. So he takes off, and he runs out the gate and slams the gate behind me so I can't get to him. Right? Well, let me tell you what. That ruined his whole bully freaking rep. Yeah, and he must have known it because he never came back.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was because he was afraid to come back or it was because they finally freaking got rid of him because he was stealing money too. But he was doing it a sneaky way. Like something that was worth $500 would come in and he'd freaking describe it as something that was worth like 20 bucks. Oh, this is only worth 20 bucks. And then he'd go online and buy it. That was his shtick. And it took me over half an hour to explain to those dummies at Goodwill exactly how he was ripping them off.
Oh my God.
And I had to explain to him how to catch them. Look, man, just look at the addresses. If you see the same address show up over and over again, check to see if it matches anybody's home address here. Right? So I don't know what happened. All I know is he didn't come back, and I was a freaking, by that time I was a folk hero because I chased the freaking evil freaking crazy dude away. I was the dragon slayer. Oh yeah, the black people loved me after that, man, because apparently he was freaking really gave them a lot of shit.
Really?
Yeah, there was this one like really pissed off black lady there that was, she was just so pissed off that they just left her alone because if anybody screwed with her, she just started freaking threatening to sue them for discrimination or whatever. So she could just do whatever she wanted. She told the vice president of marketing to go fuck himself one day. Oh, fuck you. You've got some nerve coming down here and talking shit. I shit you not, man. I might be exaggerating, but not by a lot. The fucking guy was like, "Oh my God, I better get out of here. I feel physically threatened." Right, so she takes off, and the general manager and the manager's over talking to him, and she's like, "Oh, fuck you, fire me, fuck you, fire me. I'm gonna sue the whole place." Right? She's just bitter because people kept fucking with her. You know? And that was how she responded. And this guy was the guy that he must have really pissed her off because she hated white people. But she came up to me, she liked me. It was hilarious. She goes like, she'd like come up, she'd see me, and she looked at me and she smiled. She goes like, Bob didn't come back after yesterday, did he? Nope. And she just smiled. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Just subtle crap like that. And then she'd smile at me and wander off. Like, thank you very much. All right. So today,